got shot with a gun.
She was taken to UMC and greeted by, a team of plastic surgeons, Dr. Khiabani and his team.
It was a devastating picture of basically the entire back of the hand blown away.
She had fingers attached to palm, but nothing on the backside. Everything on the backside was missing.
You're running against time and the clock in terms of the delays will cause infection to set in.
I got on the phone and I started making calls to hand surgeons all over the country to see if I could take her somewhere else. I was turned down by every doctor that I talked to, every single one. So I got a hold of a very well-known hand surgeon at UCLA, and he said, well, unfortunately, I'm leaving the country next week, but you don't even need to leave Las Vegas because the doctor that can put her back together is right there. And he said, Dr. Kayvan Khiabani.
We discussed in detail what the options would be. One of the options is an amputation of a hand that's been so severely destroyed and mutilated. I told the family that if they choose to have that option, I'm not going to be the doctor who performs that operation because I have another plan for them.
Dr. Khiabani just said, I'm not taking her hand, and I'm not going to take her fingers, and if that's what you guys want us to do, then I am not the doctor to do it. I will not remove her hand. I want to attempt to fix it.
There are no guarantees that anything you do is going to work 100% or at all, for that matter, particularly if you're dealing with complex cases like this. This is something that requires imagination, it requires thinking completely outside of the box.
The night that he told us about his plan, he told us that he had never performed a surgery like this on a child ever.
The operation was involved to open the hips up and take chunks of bone from the hips. And then what I did was that I moved the hip bone to a side table in the operating room and using instruments that are very similar to general carpentry instruments, and we use in orthopedic surgery, shaped those bones that are hip bones into finger bones.
They basically said that these 3 fingers would probably never move again. But about 3 days after the major surgery, she could move all 5 fingers.
The thing that impresses me most about these cases is not what we do in terms of technical work and microscopic surgery, and it's actually the human being and who Hannah is and how she dealt with something like that. If you're a parent, and I have 2 children myself, you know, one of them has a milk that is hotter than the other one, starts complaining. But I know that you know, these little human beings have a potential in them to go through hell and back and survive much better than we can as adults. And that is the most amazing thing about Hannah's case and any other pediatric case that we do, the amazing power that these children have, the potential that they have in them to go through adversity like this and to come out shining, just like nothing happened to them.